Damn, what's up, girl? With your old ass. What's up, everybody? People are crazy out here, man. I'm watching this little lady over here, like, fight with her own car. She's trying to get situated, and, like, her seatbelt, she has, like, an automatic seatbelt thing or something, I don't know. And it was, like, choking her or something. She's, like, fighting. I'm like, damn, girl. Get your old ass over there fighting. Pretty funny. Anyways, it's a beautiful day. It's Saturday. Saturday the 12th, mind you. It is raining. We actually got rain. Can't believe it. Rain. Can you believe that? In sunny Southern California. So last night, a big storm came in. And I mean, it came down for a while. Out of nowhere, there was this huge flash. Like that. And literally a second later, boom! Just a big old explosion, you know? Like, it sounded like a bomb went off. But less than half a mile away, a huge lightning strike struck a power grid and took out power for a large chunk of the city I'm at. So we were unaffected, but man, I'm kidding. That lightning bolt, it was bright. It was super, super bright. It like lit up the entire room. And not even a second later, boom! Just like an explosion, right? And then after that, it was just like the longest rumble I think I've ever heard of lightning. I'm gonna say it was the longest. Like, it was long. It was maybe like 45 seconds of just rumble after that. Pretty wild. So people were freaking out all over social media about that. They were nuts. Our dog freaked out. I've never heard our dog freak out like that. So Chase ran around the house, was trying to see what the hell was going on. Had to grab him, calm him down. But yeah, that was gnarly. Super, super gnarly. So we're out here in the rain. The sun's trying to peek through. I don't know if it's going to rain all day, but it seems like it wants to like sprinkle all day, which I'm cool with, We got our breakfast here, McDonald's breakfast. That's another thing. I went and I get the same 3 things that I always do, like Warren Buffett does. He always gets like a combination of like 2 different or 3 different breakfasts. And sometimes he goes to McDonald's. But everything I ordered was off the dollar menu. And it always came to $3.53. So today I ordered the same 3 things. And they were like, $4.92, please. I was like, whoa, what? What? Hold on, what? Like, yeah, the sausage biscuit was taken off the dollar menu. And I'm like, man, that sucks. So, might have to look into getting something different, Warren Buffett, whenever he says that they change up his pricing, most of the time, he gets something different that costs less. These are good, practices for you because, one, I don't know, like, McDonald's is not the healthiest food in the world, right? But granted, it's a very tasty breakfast, That is true. Now, the 3 things that I did get, they would hold me over for lunch pretty well. But it was only within $4, right? It's still expensive for breakfast, but it held me over. Now, if I got a normal breakfast, what I would normally want to get, what I want to get, is like $8, $9, sometimes $10. Maybe even more. But that's just too costly for me. I need to find every little way to cut down on spending. I need to get intelligent with it and find these new ways for spending. Like, if I spend less on things that really don't matter, for the things that do matter, I have more of a pot to spend on, right? It's a redirection of funds, refocus, if you will. So, yeah, that was that. And then I have a local BMX bike shop, more of a bike shop than BMX, but he's an old school professional BMX rider from the 80s, and kind of a little arrogant, but he's a cool dude, you know? He knows he's a little arrogant, you know? This is something that I would say in front of his face, you know, like, he's a little arrogant, you know, but it don't faze him at all. It doesn't faze him. But, so this guy spends a ton of money expanding one bicycle shop that he has. Instead of building another shop that could take in more money that services the greater good of people. Hey, what's up, Spanky? What's going on, man? Thank you for popping in. He takes that money and he expands and builds an indoor park, kind of like Vans. I don't know if you guys heard of the indoor Vans park here on the West Coast. It's a big deal, but it's not as big. It's nice, but it's not as big. So he puts all this money into this stuff, and nobody comes to his park. And he wonders why. He wonders why. You know, something like that, you got to build a cult following. You got to have, like, the reason why BMX did so well in the 80s was, like, so influential is because all of the cool kids were on BMX. Not some, not a quarter, not a block or two. All of the kids were on BMX. It was a cult following. We all love BMX. To this day, those kids still love BMX. That is how ingrained into their environment BMX was. So if you open up a shop, just because you open up a shop doesn't mean people are like, oh, he opened up a shop and he also has a park. Oh, I got to get into BMX now. That's not, you're not bridging the gap with that, you know? Even the young kids, because let's face it, my generation, they're not buying BMX parts. Now, they are a handful of folks, and I would say maybe 100 folks, 200 folks that are actively buying BMX parts within Southern California. What's up, Maximus Industries? Spanky, what's cracking, dude? Thank you for popping in. Appreciate you, bro. But back to the history lesson here. So you got 100 to maybe 200 diehard people that are into BMX, rather than having 100 regular customers that, you know, adults that have children that are riding bikes. You know, that is one thing too. I mean, this guy's done pretty much everything he could do with BMX or bikes and stuff like that. He even built bikes for Walmart, other stores, all this kind of stuff. But you cannot beat one little store can't beat China. One little store beat a factory of people getting paid $2 an entire day to build bikes, and you're paying people $10 or more an hour. You're going to fail. You have to pick something you're going to win at. You know, the writing is on the wall for that. That industry, unless you can find a way to pay workers $1.50 a day and pump out more volume, you're not going to win. You're not going to get contracts over these big companies that do all that. So these are hard lessons that this guy has endured, that this guy has learned. But I wanted to share that to you guys right now. So he's pumped in, just in the ramps, he says, over $65,000 in ramps. That's just ramps, let alone the reconstruction this guy had poured into that place to make it what he wanted to make it, let alone the products and the new displays and I mean, this guy has probably pumped in $250,000 for a place that can't, you know, have more than 50 kids in it, maybe half a day at best. You have to do the math, folks. $250,000, let's divide that. Let's divide that. 50, let's be generous. Let's say 100 kids come in every single day. 100 kids. Do the math. $250,000 divided by 100. How much money is that? Are you charging over $5,000 for someone to come in and use your park? No. So are you gonna make money? No! You gotta have common sense. You gotta have money, folks. You know, you gotta have these things. Like, you gotta know how to add, subtract, divide. It's unbelievable. It is unbelievable. Blows me out of the water, some of the stuff that happens. It's that $250,000 that you wasted on that park, man. And I love this guy. This guy's a great dude, man. He's a good dude. He will give you a hell of a good deal if you come in his shop with cash. He will give you a hell of a good deal. But you can't fix stupid. When you make stupid mistakes, you have to own up to them, and you got to learn from them and never make those mistakes again. You can't just keep repeating the same horrible mistakes, you know? It's just crazy. It's just absolutely crazy. So that $250,000, you know your bike shop does okay. You make money doing your bike shop. Why not make multiple bike shops? Do you know, like, if you did your homework around this area, how many communities do not have a bike shop near them? And you would be the only bike shop in the area? Money, hand over fist. Advertising, you could kill it if you really want to. You know? I mean, think about this, folks. If it costs X amount of dollars to open up a shop, and, you know, rents X amount of dollars, products X amount of dollars, but you make profit at the shop that you're at, you need to find out what is your profit margins, what are you doing right, what processes you're doing right, what people are helping you do it right, and what products, the 3 Ps. We learned this. We learned this already, right? To show the profit. It's as simple as that. If you don't know your math equation, you don't know how to make money. So I wish this guy so much luck, man. I wish him the best. And there are some people that jump into business and they do something and they just happen to be successful the first couple years, or, you know, the first decade or so, right? Case in point, it could be even longer. Like Sears, they were doing really well for a long period of time, but they stuck to their same algorithm, and it started burying them. Why? Because times change, because people change, their wants change, their needs change. You know, the things that they are asking for change. You know, so if you're not changing with it, guess who's going to go down? Your company. No matter how big you were, no matter how, I'm the biggest, you know, brick and mortar, don't matter. People don't care. If they see a Kenmore washer online, model XB29000, and then they go to your store and your same Kenmore model is marked up $150 more, guess what they're not buying from you? Dollars and cents, folks. Everything you do must make dollars and cents. You know? So, back to my original scenario. My socket, hash brown, and an apple pie. $3.53. No longer $3.53. What do I now have to do? I gotta go and check out the competition and see what is the closest resemblance to what I was getting, and can I save money by getting the same amount of food but saving money. These are choices that you have to make, not just on the big dollars, but on everything you buy. These are choices, folks. Either you're going to make them or someone's going to make them for you. And unfortunately for that shop, a lot of people have made his choices for him because he chose not to do the homework himself, or his numbers were wrong, or his calculator's broken, or something. How does that happen? How does that happen? I almost want to approach him and just be like, yo, give me 100 grand of that. Watch me grow it for you. And you could pay me in a percentage of the growth. See what I'm saying? Pay me $400 a month for me helping you grow this. Simple as that. All right, folks. We're getting close to our zone. You know, not everything is so cut and dry. I get it. But there are some things, you know, success leaves clues. Like Mr. Pina says, you got to be able to see these clues. You know, you got to see changes and trends. Tai Lopez says that. Those who see changes and trends fastest and acts on them, not by reading a book, but acts on them, that get out there and does it, those people succeed. Those people kill it. All the other people just float in the wind, float in the water, treading water. I don't know. I don't want to be those floaters, you know. I try very hard not to be those floaters. I'm trying very hard to make things happen for myself, and I don't make those things happen by making grave mistakes like that. You know, I made mistakes. Don't get me wrong. I made a ton of mistakes, and you know, if you guys want to know about them, comment down below. I'll tell you about all these mistakes I made, and you can avoid the mistakes. You can save hundreds of thousands of dollars, not by switching to Geico, but avoiding my mistakes and the mistakes I talk about. You know, like I said, this guy happens to be a friend of mine, you know, and it's very scary what situation he's looking down the barrel of. But nobody ever hands you a gun and says, hey, blow your brains out. It doesn't happen like that, you know? But if you walk down that wrong road, make wrong decisions all day long, pretty soon you'll end up, why is this gun pointed at my face? Why am I looking down the barrel of this thing? These kind of things happen, you know? So, anyways, folks, thank you so much for watching. Special shout out to Spanky there for popping in on the live feed. Thank you, buddy. Really appreciate you, man. You are awesome. Yeah, go out there, make your dream team happen. You know, this one thing that I heard this weekend that stuck out to me. Bill Gates, Bezos, Steve Jobs, all these pioneers in business, right? These people who make billions and billions of dollars. They didn't make that money by who they chill with or who they hang out with. The people that they hang out with, they're not hanging. They're working together. They're combining ideas, and they're strategizing. These people are the same caliber. These people are high performers. You don't see them attending football games and Super Bowls and all this crap. No, they're busy killing it out there. They're busy taking names and taking hostages, right? Doing all that. I get a call. That's my fault, you guys. I should have silenced the phone. But it is what it is. So thank you so much for watching. If you haven't done so already, right there in the corner is the subscribe button. Click on that. Subscribe to the family. Longtime familiar. We are waiting for you to be a part of this family. And 2019 is here. So no more smashing the like button. Give me a nice flying elbow on that like button, baby. Get out there and bang it up. You know what I'm saying? Drop those comments down below. Tell me what you think. Are you seeing businesses do the same mistakes? Making the same, like, crazy monumental errors? I see that a lot. Now that I'm, you know, listening to different mentors, people who are of substance, I see that stuff, and it just blows my mind of what happens and what people allow to happen to them and their business and stuff like that. So anyways, thank you for watching. I'm out of here. I just got to my zone. I'm about to make some money.